Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of our Battlespot Double Series. So we kicked off the week this week with our brand new team that we've created. So the first team we've created on this channel since we started off playing those QR codes, and then we transitioned into our own team. Now we had a plan to build our own team as a kind of little community together doing a live stream. Stuff happened, we couldn't do that, but what we've planned to do is do it for a week on Saturday's time. So Saturday and Sunday we'll do that live stream, build the team together, and then really get into the metagame. But in the interim period, we have created this team that we're running. We started running on Tuesday this week, and we're going to continue running today. So we'll just jump on to the Battlespot ladder. We can go through the team, and I've made some slight changes. Well, I've made one change. So I kindly got a comment from Yuri on the channel about Cresselia having access to Recycle, which is one of the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire tutor moves. So I went back, had a look on one of my cartridges, saw I had a Cresselia still in one of my boxes. So I was like, I've got to do this. I've got to try this Recycle. I think it's so good with one of the super 50% berries. Even though Cresselia doesn't get Gluttony, which would be OP, obviously. It's still bulky enough, I think, to really be able to utilize Recycle. So on that cart this morning, went on, tutored it Recycle, and then I've traded it over to my cart now, my Sun cart. So we're going to trial it today. We've not put the Sunny Day on yet, but I think we can play around that at the moment. So I have put the Recycle on, so hopefully we get to feature that today. We are running the team of Kangaskhan, Tapu Koko, Cresselia, Heatran, Tapu Fini, and Landorus Therian form. So see how we can get into it, because we've got our first opponent of the day, and they are running a team of Alolan Raichu, Scizor, Tapu Lele, Tapu Koko, Gengar, and Araquanid. So interesting team from my opponent. It doesn't look like they've got any sort of speed control, but you can't really discount the Gengar having Trick Room to support that Araquanid. So what are we going to do here? Obviously we've got that double electric core that's going to be pretty threatening, especially if Raichu comes out with that. Koko will be able to get a quicker fake out off than anything else. I think I want to lead Kangaskhan, Tapu Fini, just to disrupt the terrain. I feel like we want... Oh, Landorus here is very good. And Heatran. And Koko. I can't pick all three though. Let's go with Koko over Fini. I kind of want Fini, but I really feel like Koko is a lot better here. It hits a Gengar before it can move. It hits the Araquanid for super effective damage. If the Gengar does lead, we've got Scrappy on our Mega Kangaskhan, so we can stop it at least from moving that first turn, break any potential sashes. Although, you know, it might be Mega Gengar as well, so we can't discount that. So we're going to lead off with our Heatran and our Kangaskhan here. And we see Raichu, Tapu Koko. Okay. So, what am I going to do? Obviously there's the threat of the fake out from the Raichu, and an electric type move into the Heatran. I think because I can't get a fake out off right now, I'm just going to switch Kangaskhan out to Landorus, and I'm just going to protect Heatran. Problem is, this Raichu's still going to be faster than Landorus this next turn, so might have to scout out to see if it's got like hidden power ice or anything like that, which would be a bit problematic. So we get the protect off. There's the fake out from the Raichu, and so doubling into the Heatran here with a hidden power ground I'd expect from the Koko. Right, I can't really freely Earthquake because I've not really got anything in the back to bring in. Heatran's just protected as well. I think I'll go for a U-turn. Switch Heatran into Kangaskhan. Yeah, and then I'll bring Heatran in on that Landorus side, kind of scouting out any Hidden Power Ice attacks onto that side, or Psychic from that Raichu. So we'll take the Heatran back, bring in the Kangaskhan. Oh dear. And here we go with a Z move. So is the Shattered Psyche. We're going to see this into Landorus. Don't know if we're going to be able to take this or not. Okay, let's see. Ooh, we just survived. Okay, so that's good. And we get a U-turn into the Raichu. Do huge damage. Pick up the KO, which is... that totally took me by surprise. I didn't expect that to KO. That's massive. So that's really good. And we can bring back the Heatran in now. Right. And let's see what my opponent brings in. So we just see a Dazzling Gleam come out from this Koko. Just, wow, it does so much damage. It's a Life Orb. And expect maybe the Araquanid to come in now. Possibly. And there we go. There it is. Okay. Let's try and get rid of this Koko. Let's go for an Earth Power and let's Mega Evolve and Fake Out the Araquanid. So the only thing is here, Koko could protect, expecting the Fake Out onto it, but if it doesn't, we should get the Earth Power and that should be enough to pick up the KO here. But we just see it protect. So we could have got a substitute up. But we do get a Fake Out off instead. You've got to expect the Koko to go for an electric type attack into that Kangaskhan this turn, really. I'm going to switch it out for Landorus. Hope that my opponent goes for that electric type attack into that slot. And then the liquidation into the Heatran will just protect Heatran this turn. Try and get the Landorus in for free here. And then we can threaten the Koko the next turn. We do need to be aware of Wide Guard obviously on that Araquanid as well. So that is something we need to keep in mind going into this next turn. If we do get through it. So we just see a Hidden Power, Ground and the liquidation into that slot. So we do get the Landorus in for free, which is nice. Now we do threaten with Earthquake. And Rock Slide as well. I'm going to go for a substitute here with Heatran. And I'm going to go for a Rock Slide with Landorus. Stupid fold. So we see the Araquanid protect here. We're going to see the Koko protect as well. No protect, so we do get the Rock Slide off. I mean, we should be able to survive the Hidden Power Ground from the Koko with Heatran. I don't know if we're going to be able to get our sub up though. Oh, I think we might just get a sub up. Yeah. Wow, okay. So that's pretty nice. You've got to expect this Koko to protect this turn, expecting the earthquake. So I'm just gonna. I can't U-turn, can I? Because I'm choice locked. Huh. Right. Let's think. Koko is gonna definitely protect, I would say here. Right. I'm just gonna rock slide. Probably end up sacking the Landorus here, but I'm gonna protect the Heatran this turn, just to get some health back behind that sub. Right, no wide guard. We do get the rock slide off. So we're going to do decent damage to both Pokemon here. If we get lucky with flinches, we don't, unfortunately. But never mind. We could have went for the earthquake there, but that's fine. And the Araquanid flinched, but it didn't really make much difference there because the Landorus went down and it couldn't do anything to the Heatran either way. So we can bring in our Tapu Koko now. We're pretty safe to do this. Dazzling Gleam will be enough to pick up the KO on both targets. And if we win the speed tie against that opposing Tapu Koko, that would be ideal. So I'm just going to cover the Araquanid with a... yeah, just go for the Dazzling Gleam and an Earth Power into that Araquanid just for the additional damage, just in case for some reason the Dazzling Gleam's not quite enough. And we haven't seen Wide Guard revealed yet, which you would think would have come out if my opponent had been running it, so I don't expect to see it now. So we do win the speed tie, get the Dazzling Gleam off. It is enough to pick up both targets, which is really good. It was a critical hit on the Araquanid, but I think that and the Earth Power would have been enough to pick up the KO there. So we're sitting alright at the minute, and my opponent down to his last Pokemon. So it feels like it's been such an awkward match, but I think just managing to get the sub up with Heatran has just put us in such a nice position. And we do see the Gengar come in, my opponent's last Pokemon, so we're free here just to go for that Earth Power, and just in case we see a Protect, we want to break maybe a potential Sash. Let's go for that Electrium Z onto the Gengar to hopefully pick up the KO. But if it's Mega Gengar, it'll obviously outspeed us, but my opponent just forfeits. So good victory and good game to my opponent for that first one. So not bad way to start. We didn't get to feature the Cresselia, so hopefully we get to feature that in the next game. So I'd really like to play the Recycle. I think it would be really good. It's just one thing with Cress, it's had access to Moonlight, as it's probably its main recovery move in the past. But because it's so dependent on weather and, you know, it can hamper it. Sometimes it can hamper it, I guess. Whereas Recycle, I feel, is probably a more reliable form of speed recovery, because it's only one slot. Even though Moonlight was one slot, I feel like with the berry, I don't know. The thing is, it's like one of those things. Like, is it going to be better? But it's one of those things I think you have to test and really kind of look at and play with, and then make your decision. Like, I'm not sure if Citrus Berry is going to be better or the Super Berry, because of just not having the Gluttony ability. Is it better proccing it at 50% to get back up to 75%, or is it better waiting until you're down to 25%, you know, to get it and then just keep cycling it? It's just quite, yeah, it's one of those things you just have to play with and see what you're kind of more comfortable with, I guess. We'll see, because we might. Are we going to bring the Crest here? So we've got our next opponent anyway. My opponent is playing Arcanine, Mudsdale, Porygon 2, Snorlax, Kartana and Tapu Lele. And amongst my waffling on, we'll come up with some sort of game plan here. So what do we want to do? Got the Tapu Lele and the Kartana that are quite threatening. But Heatran deals with those quite nice. Heatran's pretty nice here. I think I will bring my Cresselia as my form of speed control. I think what I might do is lead with Coco, Cresselia, Heatran in the back, and do I want Kangaskhan? Yeah. Yeah, we 100% want Kangaskhan, I think. Mudsdale could be a bit of a problem, but we do have Ice Beam on Cresselia, so we can hit it with that. And I think the one thing that we can kind of look at from my opponent's team that would threaten Heatran is the Mudsdale and probably the high horsepower on the Snorlax. But what I'm going to try and do is utilise that skill swap here to get the Levitate onto the Heatran, get it behind a sub, and then hopefully we should be able to kind of set things up going forward pretty nicely. So my opponent leads off with the Porygon 2, the Mudsdale. Right. My game plan here is to just Volt Switch into the P2, skill swap onto the Tapu Koko slot and catch the Heatran as it comes in to get that Levitate ability onto it. The Porygon 2 is probably likely to go for a Trick Room here, and the Mudsdale probably go for a high horsepower into that slot. So I'm just going to go for that skill swap into Tapu Koko and go for Volt Switch. Hopefully we don't see Protect on the Porygon 2. That would be disastrous. But if that happens, then we just give Tapu Koko Levitate, I guess. So it's not the worst thing in the world. We're kind of covering ourselves. So no Protect from the P2. We get that Volt Switch into that slot. Do a nice chunk of damage as well. And we'll get that Heatran in when I select it. We do need to be careful, obviously, because Mudsdale can learn close combat, which still will do a lot of damage to us. So, you know, we do need to be a bit aware of that as well. Don't see a Trick Room come out from the Porygon 2, and we just see a high horsepower into the Heatran slot, which is fine. Which is ideal. So, I'm gonna just Ice Beam into the Mudsdale. And I'm going to set up a sub with my Heatran. Because you've got to remember as well, now we don't have the Flash Fire. Oh, okay, and my opponent just forfeits. Alright. Just must have thought, didn't have a way and didn't want to play that out after I got the skill swap onto the Heatran. So, very quick, but very good game to my opponent. Okay, damn. I kind of really wanted to kind of play out that match, but never mind. Let's go on. We'll have one more. No, we don't want to save that battle video. It's not even a turn. Or it is. It's like one turn. Okay. So hopefully you find the next opponent pretty quickly. But it just shows how strong that strategy is. It's been a strategy that's been used since 2013. Was when I first kind of saw it come into to play. But it's so strong. I think. Oh no, 2012 maybe. Is that when Wolf used it at Worlds? I'm not too sure, but it's been around a long time. The Cresselia Heatran switching in to the skill swap, just making Heatran immune to it. So yeah, give it a try, guys. It's really cool. So we have our next opponent of the day. They are running a QR code team, and the team consists of Gengar, Tapu Bulu, Politoed, Ludicolo, Alolan Persian, and Alolan Muck. So we've got a few things here that we need to be careful of. We've got that Rain Call that is going to be super fast, super offensive. We've probably got Mega Gengar to support the trapping there. So there might be even a Perish mod on the team with the Politoed, the Persian, kind of supporting that. We've got Tapu Bulu for terrain control. And Alolan Muck. Now Alolan Muck's not going to be ideal for us to face down against, to be honest. So what can we do? I think we might need to bring out a Trick Room mode here, but it's a bit awkward with the Alolan Muck. So let's go Kangaskhan. Now let's go Cresselia and Landorus. Let's bring Finny and Kangaskhan. Do we need Coco here? Coco might be nice, but I think I need switches in for the rain and the water type attacks, so that's kind of why I've opted with Finny in this situation. If the rain does go up, we have got the choice specs, so you know, we can chip things like the Tapu Bulu. Will be able to hopefully pick up the KO on it with stuff like Moonblast if we can kind of get ourselves into a position with it. Wishing I'd put the Sunny Day on the Cresselia now. But we might try that in next week's episodes. I think we probably will. But it would mean dropping either. It would probably mean dropping Skill Swap. That's the only thing. But it might help our matchup. So, right. You see my opponent lead off with Gengar and a Alolan Persian. So you've got to expect. It's probably Mega Gengar, and we're probably going to see a fake out from the Persian here. It's probably going to fake out the Cresselia, to be honest, to stop the Trick Room. You've got to imagine that it would do that. So we could go Trick Room and Earthquake, just to kind of cover our bases here. Because if we don't get an attack off with the Cresselia, we'll get an attack off with Landorus. And Landorus threatens the Gengar, so there's the Mega Gengar. Mega Evolving into one of the coolest Mega Pokemon that we've had, I think. So let's see. Persian faking out Landorus. So we will get the Trick Room off. And oh dear. So we do see a Perish Song. What I'm going to do is I want to Skill Swap the Gengar so I can but the Gengar is probably just going to protect here. I want to try and Skill Swap the Shadow Tag away from it, which will make it immune to the Earthquake, but it means that I can switch Cresselia out. Persian protects. We're going to see the Gengar? No protect from Gengar, I don't think. Oh yeah, there we go. Right, okay. I don't think I'm going to go for it now because I think you've got to expect the Gengar to kind of play on that it's going to get away from the Levitate if I try and do it again. So I'm just going to Earthquake this time. We'll probably see a parting shot from the Persian into the Landorus here. This is a really difficult lineup. So there's the Gengar switch. Okay. Politoed has probably got that eject button. So I'll get the Ice Beam off. No eject button, so we're probably going to see, yeah. Like the Gengar has to come in now really on that Persian slot, so we'll take an Earthquake. Yeah. So if we get a critical hit here, you know, we could potentially take this Gengar out. I don't think a -1 Earthquake will, obviously, it's probably EV to survive that. Yeah. The Earthquake doing some good damage. And we got the crit on the wrong Pokemon. So we're going down to our last turn of Trick Room here, Perish Song here. I think what I'll do is just Trick Room with Cresselia. Try and get it set up so we can bring our last two Pokemon in to outspeed that Mega Gengar. So Gonk had another Perish Song up. And there we go, we see the Politoed switch. Persian will hit the field. Gengar protecting itself. And there's the Earthquake. So we'll get a bit of chip damage onto this Persian at least. But we are going to lose, unfortunately, Cresselia and Landorus here. So what have we got? We've got Kangaskhan and Tapu Fini. Yeah, so we're alright because we've got Tapu Fini. It is choice specs, so we can just launch those big muddy waters. Hopefully we don't miss. We really need to hit the Gengar. That's the big thing. If we can launch a muddy water off, hit the Gengar, that's huge. I wonder whether it's worth staying non-mega just for the time being. So I'm going to go for muddy water regardless. No, I'm not. I'm going to go mega and I'm going to go fake out. I want to just be doing as much damage with this fake out as I can onto this Persian. Because the other thing is I could have stayed non-mega and went for the fake out into the Gengar, and it kind of covers the muddy water miss, but I think we should be alright. Hopefully Finny has her specs on today so we can hit this. So there we go, getting that mega evolution underway. We will be under speed in both of these Pokemon on the field now, so that's gonna be a plus. Oh wow, okay, so it's a super slow Persian. Huh. Okay, so we definitely should have went for the oh, now my opponent just plays round until we yeah, we can't really win now. Protect, protect. Switch out, bring back in, protect. It's easy. That is super, super, super annoying. I totally didn't expect the Persian to underspeed Kangaskhan. Maybe we shouldn't have Mega Evolved there and just went for the fake out onto the Gengar. It would have been a lot safer, but kind of expect the Persian and a team like this to be damn. Faster at least. Sorry, I finished that sentence about 30 seconds after I started it, after the pause. Just trying to think, yeah. This is why Perish is so frustrating. But, you know, my opponent's played it really well. I'm going to return into the Persian slot. Just muddy water. But we're likely to see the Gengar just come back in on that slot. Frustratingly. Now I think about it. Wow. It's even slower than my Tapu Fini, which is, like, it must be min speed Persian. We have got the Trick Room up, right? Ah, nice. Yeah, so it's gone for the Z parting shot, which I think restores HP when the Pokemon comes back in. Yeah, there's the Gengar. Right, my opponent just running circles all the way around us. That Z parting shot, it's pretty strong, isn't it? I like it a lot. I like this team a lot. It's very good. We get the muddy water off, but it's not really going to matter too much now because that is game. Rain does stop, and there's our Perish count. So to save us, I'm going to just forfeit the game. But very well played by my opponent, and it's really nice to see such a well kind of put together Perish Trap team. Like I've said in past episodes on this series, Perish Trap's like one of my favourite like strategies to run in VGC, especially when you see it piloted so well. So massive props to my opponent there, and some really nice ideas to kind of take on board what my opponent was using and trying. take advantage of ourselves, really. I just didn't expect the slow Persian, and I probably wasn't paying too much attention because I was so focused on just trying to get damage off with Landorus. You know, it is a problem, that matchup, I think, for us, so we've got to kind of address that maybe in the next few episodes as we go through. I'm going to think about how we played that, and if we could have played it a little bit differently. Obviously Psychic on Cresselia would have been a bit nicer to have, but then it's getting into a position where you can hit the Gengar, because we obviously got the Earthquake off, but with all the parting shots switching out and things like that, it makes it hard to target into a single target to get your attacks off. So never mind. Anyway, it was a good game, and we've had a few good games on the channel today. Had that crazy one in the middle, it was like one turn, but regardless of that, it has been good fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode, guys, please leave a like on the video. It's massively appreciated. We didn't get to feature the recycle, unfortunately, on Cresselia, but we've got plenty of time to do that next week. We'll be back on Tuesday next week with another episode, Battlespot Double Series. If you want to see any tweaks or changes made to anything in the team, or I just would love to hear your suggestions and thoughts on how the teams operate today and what changes we could make to it to kind of better counter the Perish Song or Perish Trap teams that we kind of see. That one that we've just played is really cool, so it would be good to take those ideas, and maybe if we build a Perish Trap team further down the line, to take some of those ideas and put them into practice, because that Z parting shot is pretty powerful. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Especially when you can bring in your Mega Gengar and just heal it up to full health again. But we'll wrap things up there, guys. We'll be back tomorrow with an episode of the School of Hard Knocks to round the week off, so tune in for that. And also, before I forget, we had a prize draw on Monday for the 100th episode competition that we held. So I've had Andrea's contact details. I'm still waiting on DePaul, Eugenio, and DK. I need your postal details so I can send you your prizes and things off. So do let me know. You can either contact us through the Osiris Studios Facebook page, which is in the header of the banner, and there's a link there for the Facebook page, so just jump on there, send me a message there, or get on Twitter. Let me know in the comment section below your Twitter handle. I'll add you, and then you can message me on Twitter and we can sort it out from there. Yeah, hope today's episode's been alright, guys. I have enjoyed it. A bit unfortunate that we had that loss at the end, but really cool team to kind of feature on the channel as well. So we'll take that away, and we'll come back to this next Tuesday. We might have the sunny day on the Cresselia, we might not, we might change things up over the weekend, but I'd love to know your thoughts as well, so do let me know. But I'm going to cut it off there, guys, and let you guys get away. Enjoy the rest of the evenings, afternoons, mornings, nights, whenever this is, and I will see you all tomorrow. So until then, guys, take care of yourselves, and I will see you then. So until then, bye-bye!